Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I've got glare behind me, huh? Hello. I guess I'm like maybe right on time. Nobody's joined me yet. Oh, Patty. Patty Hunter is here. Hello. Bonnie is here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, Judy. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Barb. Yes, it is a good afternoon. It's not cold here, Jan. Sorry it's cold there. We're having very strange, I guess, normal spring weather. Cold one day, warm the next. It's gonna rain again and snow again this weekend. Hi, Nancy. We have a pair of scissors here for you, Nancy. I think they've been here for a while. Hi, Karen. Hello, everybody. Oh, well, good, Melanie. Melody, that's fabulous. We all need projects to use our mini charms with. I know I have a great collection of them, and it's always like, well, what am I gonna make with those? They're so cute. I hate to have to open them. Hi, Sandy. How's your foot doing? I've been thinking about you and your surgery. Well, ladies, let's go ahead and get started. We have a good amount of you here. Blurry, you know, it's kind of blurry because I think the sun is shining in behind me. Once I turn the phone to set on the sewing machine, I think it will be fine. It's just a glow. Oh, it's a glow behind my head. Ah. Nice. Florida is nice. So today I have a cute little project for you. And like I said, we're going to be using some mini charms. And I know some of you bought those on our last comment sold. So here is a good way to use up those fun little charm packs that we all have. I'm going to go ahead and turn. So this is going to be my project for today. It is called the Candy Twist Pouch. And this is the one I made. And I know a lot of you have also purchased the charm pieces. I can't remember what it, Pretty and Posh embellishments. This would be a great place to use your Pretty and Posh embellishments also. So love, love, love these new spring colors that we have gotten in. So this kit, I do have a kit for this project today. It will come with your fabrics and the zipper, and it is $8.99. I did use Soft and Stable inside this one, but really it's just a smaller piece, so you can probably use up some of your scraps of Soft and Stable too. So this is what the pattern looks like, called the Candy Twist Pouch. And so instead of just putting all your little mini pieces together, it actually has a little bit of a tumbler look to it. And I'm going to show you how I cut my tumblers, and hopefully this will work for you also. hope I have a piece of fabric to cut the tumbler with. I might have to go get one. I think I might have forgotten to bring that over here. So here are some of the Cottage Charm minis that were sold on Comet Sold last week. I do have a couple of these left, and you can use any type of a mini charm pack for this project, and they're super cute. So these are $4.49, and I have 2 of these. That's all I've got left, so I'll put those aside. Just some announcements before we get started. Let's see. Oh, I can't believe it's the middle of April already. So I do have an applique class going on Thursday here, and in-store Happy Hues is on Friday. So we're looking forward to those. Firehouse Quilts is meeting here tomorrow if anybody wants to come work with them. They do amazing work. And I do have a manager's special today, and it is a CD, and this still does have the CD in it, and this is from Lunchbox Quilts. I know you're having a hard time seeing that shine on there. This is from Lunchbox Quilts, and it is a recipe for CD. And so it has recipe for love, success, creativity, good life, happiness, joyfulness. I only have 1 of these, and these are normally $39.99. Well, somebody's already bought it. You don't even know the price of it, Betty Jane. But never mind, it's going to Betty Jane. So I guess we don't have to talk about it anymore. Okay, thanks, Betty Jane. Anyway, it's $19.99, just so she knows. It's not wondering what the price is on it. And then let's see. Oh, another announcement is Comet Sold is going to be again on this Friday, so look for that. And I believe it will be Matt and Amanda. And then I do have I just wanted to show you my on the go project again. So this is going to be the Next by Annie project. So it's a virtual class, and this will be in May, on May 9th. It starts at 9:30. It is a virtual class, and I do have a kit ready to go for you for this. This is probably one of the last times I'm going to actually include the Soft and Stable, because it is really hard to package up. So, but this has the Soft and Stable, it has all of the fabric, and it has the little bit of vinyl that you need in the kit also, and your By Annie zipper. So this is $32.99. You still will need the pattern also, so you can order these right now. And the hardware is all listed online too, so those are fun. Let me get that out of the way. And then my winner today is going to get this little zip pouch, a little different zip pouch, but this is going to go to Sarah McKinney. Thanks, Sarah. I hope you're watching today. And remember when I did this on Sew and Tell. Okay, so what else? Oh, I have a joke. So let's see. We'll put this up in front of you so you can see something while I'm telling my joke. My boss, I think that's Patrick, calls me the computer. It has nothing to do with my intelligence. Unfortunately, I go to sleep if I'm left unattended after 15 minutes. Mo's over there chuckling. Okay, that's the joke for today. I'm not getting very many laughs because they know that I don't really ever go to sleep like that. I'm buzzing around here like crazy all the time. Hey, could you do me a favor? Will you run? Yes. Will you run over there and get just like a little piece of my fabric? Or, yeah, just run over there. Yeah, because I forgot to bring over a practice one here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these tumblers. I'm going to show you what worked for me. So you're going to get, no, just the strip. Get me one of the strips. It's around on the other side. Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by taking, I can't get that to stand up right now. Here, we'll put it over here.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so in your minis, you're going to have all 2.5-inch strips or pieces, correct? Cut this one into 2.5. So I'm going to give you a little trick on how I sewed, cut my 2.5s. So in the pattern, they are going to give you a template to make yourself a 2.5-inch tumbler. Now, I looked everywhere. I looked on AccuQuilt. I looked at all my rulers that I have, so forth and so on, and I could not find this angle. So, yes, I had to make my own. So this is template plastic. And I want you to see when I go to cut this on my 2.5-inch square, I'm going to lay this down. I put the gluey side down. Every time, and it's great to use a rotating mat to cut this with, but every time I cut it, let's pretend I cut this one, and I pick up my ruler, oh, it didn't do it this time, but every time I pick up my ruler, my template moves again, correct? So what I did was I stacked a few of my 2.5-inch squares together. Then I went over here and I got my fabric glue stick from QS, and I put some of this glue on my template. That's why it looks so gross. And I stuck it to my fabric. Then when I went to cut my tumbler, it doesn't move off of the top of the fabric. So I stacked probably about, I don't know, 4 pieces together, and then I cut my tumbler pieces. And that way I got through cutting the tumblers a lot faster, and my template didn't move all over the place. Once you take it off, it's just fine. There's no glue on the fabrics at all. It all stays on your template. So eventually you could just throw this away and make a new one. I don't know that it's worth scraping it all off, but that's how I cut all my tumblers, and it went a lot faster. Of course, I wanted to use an AccuQuilt die, but they didn't have the small enough ones, so I couldn't do that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut all your little tumblers. Then to come over here and you're going to lay out your tumbler pieces. So I've already done one side for you, and then these are all laid out in the way I want them to go. So I just broke up my fabrics. This is half of the mini charm, and then this is the other half of the mini charm. And I did them symmetrically. I wanted my both sides to be the same. So now that they're all laid out, I'm going to sew these together, and I'm going to sew them in rows, columns I guess these are called, columns from the top to the bottom. And you're going to use your 1/4-inch stitch, of course. So let me put my machine onto my 1/4-inch stitch, because I do have my regular J foot on here today. And I did go ahead and get one of these done because you didn't need to see me sew all these together. And I like that I laid them out so I don't get them confused, so I know exactly where my pieces are going to go. And what I did was I made of course, 2 tumblers of each color, and I just laid them on top of each other and then started. And then I do have my pattern here, so I have, I like to keep things laid out and straight. So for my sample one, I had actually picked that one up and took it home with me, and I must have twisted it around because I would never have put the 2 turquoises together and the 2 pinks together. Just wouldn't, I just wouldn't do it. So it got that way, and I'm like, huh, I must have twisted this around somehow. But who would know? Nobody would know until I pointed it out to you. Okay, so I am not going to press this right now. I'm just going to lay this back over with my my pieces, and I'm just going to keep going here with this 1/4 inch. Now I could, I know a lot of people like to chain. If I started chaining this, I would get myself all confused. So I just admit that I need to keep it straight. But you're just, once you cut your tumblers, they still line up perfectly straight here. They're just a little, they're still straight line to straight line. Anybody have any questions? Doesn't sound like it, look like it. The ladies said hi to you, Mo. The ladies. They did before, and I just didn't. I was too busy talking. So. Now, if some of you needed little Easter presents for your granddaughters, you still have time to get this done. Yes, I bet a lot of you have collections of mini charms too, just like we have charms and jelly rolls and layer cakes. They're just so cute, and the fabrics are so cute. But now we have things to do with them. Okay, 2 more rows here, and then we'll start putting these together. So we've got 4 pieces in each little column here. And then 5 rows. All right, last one. Okay, so let's see. My peach is going to go on top here. That's important because I would have had two peaches. Two peaches! Oh my gosh. Okay, our last piece here. I love the little bit of gray mixed in with the turquoise and peach colors. Okay, I'm going to bring it back over here. So we've got all of our columns, rows, stand. Oh, good idea, Sybil. Check that. That's great. I hope it works. Okay, so we're going to take our first row, we're going to press them opposite ways. So if I take my first one and I press them all the pieces up, and I get twisted around on this too, I will admit. So these are all going up, so this one's going to come down. Okay, and these are going to go up. This one needs to go down. And then this one will again go up to the top. So all of these should nest beautifully together now. Okay, so I'm going to start putting these together. I will nest these together. And use my fork pins. Ouch, stuck myself. And we'll sew this. And then we'll continue with our entire piece. And these are going to nest right on in there again. So remember, the kit is $8.99. It does come with all your fabric and a zipper. The pattern will be on sale for $8. Okay, this is our last row. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to bring you back over. Yes, we do carry template plastic. I'm going to bring you back over here. And here's my piece. We're going to just press this out. And so I just did these two out. Then I did the two centers in. And then press this last one out. So out, in, out. You could do it any way you want to. Okay, and then I gotta get a good press from the front. And the next thing we're gonna do is get our piece of Soft and Stable, because this does have some quilting on it. So we're going to get our piece of Soft and Stable. We're going to place our piece on our Soft and Stable, and I'm going to use my Free Fuse to adhere it. And I did a silly thing this morning. I was carrying my Free Fuse around upside down. So when I took the cap off, it just all over the place. Big pile. Kind of like what Kate did that one time. Only I didn't lose the top, I was just carrying it wrong. So it all went to the top. Okay, fuse this on down. You can use your temporary spray also. Or if you have a piece of single-sided fusible foam, that would work too. And I just did the real simple quilting that they showed on the pattern, which is just some curvy lines, which is kind of fun. There's no rhythm or rhyme to it. It's just whatever you want to do, but it goes really fast. You could stitch in the ditch. You could do whatever you want to do. So this is what I did, just some funky curvy lines. So we'll come back over here and we'll do that. See if I can get you closer here. I did put some peach thread in the machine because I thought that would look nice. That's a good idea to have it in a salt shaker. Okay, I'm just going to put my needle back in the center just because it'll be a little bit easier. So just go for it. That's what I say here. No rhyme or rhythm. They just had them cross every once in a while. Let's do something quick, and so we can move on and get our bag done. Anybody can do this kind of quilting. Oops, sorry. Okay. That was quick. Added some style to it. I think it's kind of cute. Okay, got my sewing thread back on, and we're going to come back over here and we're going to cut this now. So the first thing we're going to do is cut this down. Get this stuff out of the way. Ruler here. This is going to get cut to 6.5 by 10.5. So I'm going to cut my 10.5 inch side first, and that's the long way. And then 6.5. Turn this way so I can better see where my 6.5 is. Okay. Now it does tell you to go ahead and seal all of your edges here. I'm going to skip that for time reasons, but you should probably do it. Okay, 6.5 by 10.5. Now we're going to make sure we're in the same direction. So let me get my first piece. Yes, I've got this little piece up in the top corner, and we are going to measure a 1 inch square down in the bottom corner. And on the other side. I am going to take my scissor and cut out the 1-inch square. And you can do this from the back also if you don't have a disappearing pen. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those. Then I'm going to measure a 1/2 inch in on the top from each end. And I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line up that mark with the first top of where I cut out the square. And I'm going to diagonally cut that off. Okay, so now I have my 2 pieces, my front and my back. So we'll move on from here. So the next thing we're going to do is take our little zipper tab, and these are 2 inches. Where did I put my zipper tabs? Here they are. And we're going to fold these in half, right sides out. Then we'll open it and fold in the raw edges. I'm hoping you can see this. And press it. And the same with the other one. Okay, and then we're going to find our zipper. Okay, I've got my zipper. I'm just going to cut off the metal piece at this end. And we're going to place our zipper tab on the end here. Should have left my peach thread in the machine. Is the sound back now? Sorry. Is the sound back? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, I'm getting thumbs up. Does that mean you can hear me now? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Thank you, Rosie. I must have knocked into the microphone and turned it off. I apologize. But thank you for telling me. Okay, so let's go ahead and center this down. We're centering this down here, and then we're going to stitch it. I'm going to get my, I hope you at least heard some of the zipper part. Let me get my narrow zipper foot. Sometimes I wonder when it's just me if we really need the microphone, but that's okay. Okay, so remember your zipper foot goes right into the center, so I need to use my shift. Going the wrong way. Okay, and we'll sew this on. I love this narrow zipper foot. I tried it, the regular zipper foot at home, and oh, I was having troubles. Did you see that? It even got by the pull with no problem with this narrow zipper foot. Okay, and then we're going to get our second front piece, outside piece, and we're going to do the same thing. And remember to put the front of your zipper towards the front of the bag. Oh. Okay, there we go. And so when you're doing this, you want to make sure everything is lined up. So make sure your sides of your bags are kind of lined up, and not kind of, they are. And let's see, let's put this, press this on down. Okay, and then we're going to stitch this one on. I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, and I am going to turn these and I'm going to top stitch them now. Get this out of the way. Let's do this side first. Well, let me press it first. Oh, my iron wasn't quite hot enough, but let's see. We're going to top stitch this down. I'm just making sure that that is staying back. Okay. Page 5. The right sides together and lay the pouch flat in the line so that the exterior pieces. Forgot to put the lining on it. That's okay. We can do that now. Oops, I forgot to cut the pieces of my lining, so I need to go do that. Okay, so remember how we did the corner piece, the 1 inch, and then we cut a diagonal. So we're going to do that on our lining pieces. So there's one corner. Our other corner, we'll cut those out. And then we did a 1/2 inch at the tops. And we cut it down from that top down to this angle. Okay. Oops. Didn't cut all the way through. There we go. Okay, let me see what I did wrong here. Using the zipper foot to sew through all 3 layers to attach the zipper. Press away from the zipper and top stitch. So, place zipper along the top edge of the exterior panel, referring to that. I have to take my zipper all the way out, I think. Bummer. Does anybody want to wait for me to do this? So what we're going to do is I should have put this together and then sewn it down. opinion. Do we want to watch me take it all out and start over? Or have you gotten far enough? Please let me know. I'm going to start tearing it out anyway because I'm going to have to. I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't paying attention. I was so excited about the other parts. Just take out the top stitching. That's what I'm going to do. Except I have to get an actual seam ripper. I think you can fold over the top edge of the lining and stitch it down. Just fold over the top lining of the stitching and place it down. Okay, good. We're going to try that. Okay, so we're going to fold over the top. I'm going to iron it. You all come to my rescue. I don't know. Do you think that's going to work? I don't know that that's going to work, because then when you go to sew the pieces together, they're wrong sides together instead of right sides together. So you're saying sew it on this side, and then I would sew it this way. Yes, you're right, it will. See, sometimes I just have to think it over. Let's give it a try. So I think all of you should have been teaching this today and not me. Oh well, we all make mistakes. That's what happens when I try to do things without reading my instructions the whole way through. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull our two linings together and match these up. And our two fronts together and match them up. You have a couple clips there I could use. Yes, I am. They're right underneath. Right there. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and then we're going to sew this. Got to remember you're going to leave a opening in the lining, the bottom of the lining. I'm going to sew from my lining side because they got a little wonky on the side. Oops, regular foot. We need our regular foot back. Okay, so remember you're going to have to leave an opening in the bottom to make sure you turn, to have to turn, and we want to make sure our zipper is open, so let's do that now. Okay, zipper open. I'm going to do a tie down here, or a tie off I should say. We are not sewing our corners. Everything seems to be pretty lined up there. Oops, you know what? I forgot to go back to my 1/4 inch. I'm all cattywampus now. Make sure you go back to your 1/4 inch stitch. When I was quilting, I got a little piece of extra fabric in here. That won't matter. It doesn't matter. I could just clip it off. Okay, across the bottom. And I'm going to flip and turn because I've got this lining a little bit bigger on one side. Okay, I'm going to trim a little bit of this extra fabric off of here. There we go. Okay, let's box out these corners. You wouldn't think that a 1-inch corner would make it stand, but it does. Okay, we're almost there. Thank you for all of you who helped me get my lining on. I'm going to sew this side again. I think I got a little close to that corner. Okay, let's get this baby turned. Hopefully I left a big enough opening. Of course not, I never do. Open my zipper a little more. And then we'll close up that hole in the lining. I love how those zipper tabs pull out, look. This is my favorite way to make zippers. Do zippers. There it is. Here we go. There is our little tote, our Candy Twist tote. Thank you for all of your help today, and thank you for staying with me through my mistake. We all do it, don't we? But look it, we figured it all out, thanks to you. So thank you, ladies, and we will see you from the Thornton store tomorrow. And everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.